got away with it a little bit. He will be trailing in the match, but being able to cover his spares there. He had the one miss in the open and second on the split, but filled the frames. Again, he's no stranger to this situation. He's been in it a number of times. You don't get to 5 finals without winning some tough, close matches.
Grinder matches, picks up the spare. He'll shoot an even 200 in the opening game. And again, this format different if you were with us for the Senior Masters final. There will the winner's bracket, loser's bracket, or I don't know, there's a new name for it. I forget what it is.
Well, I've heard it called many things. The more popular verbiage now is called the Contenders bracket.
Okay.
You know, we don't want anybody to be considered a loser. So political correctness has turned the losers bracket into the contenders bracket.
But anyway, in the winners bracket, we could have a possible 247.
There we go. Perfect angle there. Perfect replay for us from our 2 sports guys. You can see the ball going through the pins just the way you would want it to. Hits the 1-3 pocket, drives through, catches the 5, pushes the 5 into the 8. Ball takes the 9 with it.
It's going to be a matter whether it's a 30 or a 40 pin lead after game 1. Right here on this ball.
That's a little right. See, again, he's using, like we talked about, he's using a ball that doesn't really overreact. So there he missed a little bit right, and it just didn't have enough to get back around the corner. So he's going to grab a different ball here, just as an experimental shot, I believe. Well, actually, he was trying to make it.
Picks up 2.
So 235 to start, 35 pin lead. Definitely not insurmountable.
235, 200. They'll start right in with game 2.
It's nice to have a little bit. There's our great graphic there from our guys in the truck.
See the big string of strikes? 3rd through 7th frame. Actually could have carried really 2 through 8 in that game.
Yep. Well, there he gets us going here in game 2. That's way left.
Oh.
Did not get a break on that.
The 5-6. He's going to have to fit that in to cover the spare.
I'll be curious whether he switches balls to shoot this or not. I think he's going to go with his strike ball and kind of curve it in.
Drop it in, but you need a very precise. This is where, to our viewers, this is bowling. Has to be precision.
Yeah, he's actually, what he's actually
no
going to do
margin
is,
for error.
Right, he's actually going to be shooting for the pin that's not there, which is the 3 pin. That's what he's actually going to try to make.
Which he probably never leaves up.
He does on occasion.
Yeah, once since 1965, Larry's left a 3 pin.
Well, I mean, he's only 37, so.
Okay, 1978.
Yeah,
Last time he left the 3 pin was when he was in junior bowling at Crystal Bowl. Here comes Amando Villa.
Definitely going to try to get himself out to a good start this game.
Especially now with the open, he can just relax it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
good shot.
10 pin, dogging him a little bit. That's the 3rd one.
If that's the only thing that's dogging him right now, he's in pretty good shape, I would say.
That means he's in the pocket.
Cover.
Spare in the 1st. He had a spare in last game in the 1st. This is where he left 10 pin.
Yeah, and then he went on his little strike string.
Say that 7 times fast. Strike string.
Yeah, no, thank you. Good shot.
Potentially starts his string a frame early. 20 through the 1st.
See, that ball was a little bit left of where he missed on lane 6 previous frame.
Looks like
in the
some
10th
new
frame last
equipment.
game. Yeah, it looks like Larry's making a ball change. I'm thinking he's going to something that might roll a little bit sooner, a little bit cleaner. maybe not that early. It gets a break there with the 10 falling out.
Thought it was a split. There was a baby split there just
No,
for
yep.
a brief second.
Again, Larry's our 2011 and 14 champion and our 2015 and 18 runner-up. So again, no stranger to this this format or this championship match atmosphere.
Makes the spare.
You know, obviously there's a reason I'm sitting in this chair right now and he's out there bowling, but I'm not 100% sold that this red ball that he switched to is going to be the one that
flips it over.
I'm not, you know, I could be wrong. The first two shots might just be kind of feeling it out, but he'd been a little bit light, quite a few shots with his other one, and this ball seemed to be much earlier than what that other ball was. Maybe he's going to make an adjustment, move a little bit in on this lane, see what happens. Like I said, I could be wrong. There's a reason he's still bowling and I'm not.
There
so.
you go. Picks up the strike in the third frame. This looked pretty good. He liked it. Right now, though, potentially on a triple. Amando Villa.
Another committeeman standing in the background there, Mark Mooney.
Picks up the double.
Good shot. Amando's out on his bio sheet here. He was he finished 6 ball. Oh, here we go. See, now that ball actually overhooked through the pins. It was going almost to the left of the 5 pin as it was going through. When you start getting ball motion through the pins like that, that's not really optimal for what you're wanting to get. You could almost consider him striking there almost a slight break because it could have easily left a 9 pin.
Or a 4-9, which would have been a
4-9.
disaster.
Right. Much better shot there.
And this is where he has been so dominant in the tournament. He's just able to string strikes. Not again. He's
Correct.
probably not going to stop at the 3 here. And if he can punch out 2 more, what he's going to do is just give him, so as we talk about all the time, and did so in the seniors, he may just get an insurmountable lead where he just has to chew fill frames.
Fill frames, yeah. I mean, bowling is a finite game. You can only shoot a max score of 300. So, you can, if you get a lead, you can start counting backwards. Larry's given that ball more room. So,
good choice by Fricker.
I think what happened in the first, you can see this ball is wider down lane. He's getting out to the area of where Amando's playing for his break point. So, but Larry's taking a much deeper line to get to it.
And now even Amando looking at some equipment in the back. A little different ball out on the table. It says Fricker looks for triple. Oh, and he leaves a 10 pin.
It was a good shot. Again, as tournament tested as Larry is, he knows his equipment very well. Again, his first couple of shots with that ball may have just been feeling it out, trying to figure out, okay, where do I need to be? Is it the shape that I want? I think this ball is going to get him to the pocket maybe more consistently. It's just whether or not he's going to be able to carry the corners like he's going to need to, I believe, to keep pace with Amando at this point.
And it's so amazing when you get into these championship tournaments with players of this caliber. Like one frame is that, in 10, Larry has basically 2 opens, and he's just fallen so far behind because Amando is just dialed in, crushing the pocket.
Yeah, he's keeping the ball in the pocket, and the key is he's carrying. Larry's a couple of shots where he's hit the pocket, he hasn't carried. And it starts to add up. It's a cumulative effect. There's soft 10, but again, in the pocket. We'll have to get that score corrected up there, and only marked him up as 8.
Just trying to let Larry back in the match.
We'll get one of the committee guys to go down there. We'll clear that up real quick here.
That one a little more full. Picks up the spare. Adds to his lead by 21 pins. Both players with spares up in the 5th frame.
We're going to have to change Amando's score. It's going to be 9 spare in the 5th, so we should be showing actually 79 in the 3rd and 99 in the 4th. Got that one a little bit right.
Blew out the 5. It looked like the 5, Pat, was going to stand back up for a minute.
No, ball got to it, spun it out of the way. Here we go. This one, he looks like on this lane, he can get the ball a little bit to the right. He can arc it a little bit. With the camera angle that we have, it's right down the lane. So I don't think we have one just exactly the same on 6. He might be playing a little bit of arc there on 6, but it's a little bit harder to tell.
Fricker now wants to start his own string on 6. Really almost has to, as Amando has struck already in the 6th. And Larry goes high.
Yeah, you can see that ball. He didn't quite get it far enough right at the break point, and again, it looks like he's using a little bit. Good cover.
Picks up the spare. Had to. Just can't take a 50 pin loss to Villa. Moves over to lane 5. This is just not a guy, Pat, the way he's bowling right now, that you can afford to fall behind.
No, he's definitely been a very good front runner. He's down, what, 24 in this game? He was down 30, what, 37?
All right, he's going to be down 50,
he's
potentially
down
60 going into the last game. So that could be over in 5 frames. Oh, comes back. Great
high
move.
flush.
Tears out the 9.
I still think that ball was a little bit left of his intended target, but it held long enough. Get the 4-pin taken out the 9.
Pivotal point in the match. Triple here. Huge for Amando Villa.
Not sure, but I think that might be Larry's mom sitting back there next to Amando's mom. There's that light swishing hit. I think Amando's got to be careful he doesn't overthink this right now. He's kind of lined up in the pocket. He's making good shots.
Oh, you know, he like it. He's liking that one.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get a re-rack there on lane 6.
See, even the pins are afraid of him. They're starting to fall down before he even bowls. They're dropping out. We're gonna get the committee to do some work.
Got a hold.
Wow.
High flush.
Definitely held in the 8th frame for Amando Villa. I've got to wait on lane 6. We want to.
Yeah, watch the ball go through the pins here. You see that nice still view where it's almost right on top of the 5, but it's still ever so slightly to the right, and it falls off and gets that 9 pin. So big shot there.
As we wait, we want to thank our director for today, Ryan Kelly. The graphics, we want to thank Dave Kaufman. Stats, Carl Graber. EVS, Dwayne Long, Joe Wolokovitz. Video, Scotty Richardson. Audio, Joel Seam and Corey Lewers. Utility, Rocco Maffa, John Jagowski, and our master control, Chris Brandt. We want to thank that crew. Coming in early, setting up. They'll have to tear down after the show's completed, and great camera work.
They do a
replay, superb job on the replay.
They do a really good job for us, and we love having them here. I enjoy doing this with you and working with the guys. Every year it seems we get a little bit better at it, and I really like the new graphics that they came up with for the game scores. Spot on. Really good job.
Larry Fricker doubles. He wants to like
Again, you
that
can
graphic
see.
too.
As long as he can keep the ball moving left to right when he gets to the break point, he's in really good shape. The key is when he starts getting too straight to that point, or too on top of it, is when the ball seems to go early. So again, he needs to keep his foot on the pedal here.
You
'cause I
can't
don't
let
think-
up. Larry could string together a
There's-
bunch, and right there takes
carries
out
that
that
9.
9 pin. Trouble is, right now, it is not out of
You
the
can
realm of
see-
possibility.
See Larry's ball twice in a row on that lane. It was too hard onto the 5 pin, too heavy going through, and it kept on going through and missed the 9. He had to rely on something else to take it out. So that's something to kind of watch as we continue on here. He's gotten 2 good breaks in a row in the 7th and the 9th frame on that lane where he's got that 9 pin to go. If he can keep getting that break, he's in good shape. You got to watch.
And he gets a 9 count, went a little bit light. And interestingly for Larry too, as Pat, you're noting that it goes through too much. The ball almost impeded the pin that came across and took
Correct.
out. That's the viewers got a great shot there. Sometimes when you're bowling, oh, why didn't I get a strike? Almost there. Had that pin touched his ball going through, he wouldn't have carried that
Right.
pin. And that would have been all the difference in the world. He'd just have a double with a spare instead of a triple that he has.
Correct. There's a big cover here. Amando can get up here, fill the 10th frame. He's pacing 238 right now. He could max out at 248. Best Larry can do is 235.
So he'll
It's really
increase his lead.
This is really a big 10th frame for Amando, because if he can get up here and put a strike or 2 up on the board here, he guarantees that he's going to increase his lead going into the last game, irrespective or irregardless of what Larry can do in the 10th frame.
I want to congratulate some of our other cashers and racers. And
That's the
carries
first one.
the strike, does Villa. Finishing in 16th, Rich Selbecki, Chris Kishbaugh 15th, John Pondle 14th, Brent Deshook 13th, Ernie Lucas 12th, Darren Flynn 11th, Chris Kramer 10th, AJ Wolstholm 9th. And I know some of those are bunched together based on how they lost. We're just
Correct.
going to read them out in that order.
Yeah, the bottom 4 would be grouped in the 13th or 16th. They all went out in the 3rd round of the Contenders bracket, and then the 9th through 12th all were eliminated in the 4th round of the losers bracket, or the Contenders bracket, last Sunday afternoon.
Anyway, that totally destroys that rack.
Yes. So we're going to go 9 spare, triple, 9 spare, triple, 9 spare, possibly another triple here for Amando.
Oh, and he's got a Sherlock. That is the ball to have. Got to throw it right, of course, but it's a great ball.
Okay.
Picks up 8-2.
I think he was kind of surprised by the motion there. He didn't think that ball would hook quite that early. So
246. So he got 481 after